Ladies and gentlemen, joining us in this session now are our longtime and newfound friends of WKSGM, renowned guests, His Excellency Florentino Bastita Gonzalez, Ambassador of the Republic of Cuba to Malaysia, Dr. Chung Kam Kao, Federation of Asian Artists Association Malaysia Committee Chairman, as well as Ms. Anna Karina Jardine, founder of Adialogo Asia. Let us first find out their thoughts and impressions of WKSGM. Your Excellency, what are your impressions of WKSGM?
Thank you to all of you for inviting me this afternoon. Thank you to my old friends and my new friends now. Coming to Malaysia 15 years ago and now again, WKSGM has been always the trusted friend and the trusted partner where we could always turn to. Not only for the opportunity of exposing our culture, our people, but to learn about the local and the regional culture and how many things we have in common and how we can learn for the benefit of the future, for the benefit of our younger generations, and looking forward to one global human being society.
Yes, thank you, Your Excellency, and welcome back to Malaysia. In Bahasa, we say Selamat Datang, right? What about Dr. Thank you. What about Dr. Chung? Dr. Chung, you have known us for a very long time. Can you share with us your brief impressions of WKSGM?
It was a wonderful experience during the last 2 years. I've been on and off, involved certain projects, either by participating or conducting such forums or lectures, and also take part in exhibitions, which I enjoyed very much through the engagement with activities with the WKSGM. We have a lot of opportunity to interact with our fellow artists, with people of all walks of life. I think it's a wonderful kind of experience by way of interacting, because in art, particularly visual art, the interaction through language and through visual element is so important. So through that, not only you share with others, but also you got ideas from other people. So there, the exchange experience, I think, is fantastic. I do learn a lot from there.
Thank you, Dr. Chung. We have also enjoyed viewing your art pieces. Right, thank you once again for sharing your thoughts. Miss Anna is our newfound friend, and we have had an opportunity to work together in 2019. So, Miss Anna, what are your impressions of WKSGM?
Well, good afternoon, Your Excellency, and Dr. Chung and Melissa. It's great to see familiar faces as well and newfound friends here at Soka Gakkai. Well, let me just share an anecdote. I was quite new in Malaysia, and I was standing just across the road from SGM, and then a friend of mine told me, you know what, with your ideas and all that, with art and then all these exchanges, you should actually speak to Soka Gakkai. And then you had this open call, and I took that opportunity. And from there, I was just so amazed on how we can actually work collectively in addressing youth empowerment, through artistic, to an artistic and cultural approach. And from that day onward, I've always looked forward on what you're, about to share, and all these opportunities that is out there, allowing us to work collectively for peace and through arts education, and also for value creation.
Yes, thank you, Miss Anna. It's always the first step that we take towards building a bridge of friendship. Right. So, Miss Anna, can you also share with us your thoughts on the role of culture and arts in paving the way to creating a peaceful world of harmonious coexistence?
Well, it would be a little bit abstract, to say that, but then since our session would be more like an intergenerational exchange, but for me, I've always seen culture as an invisible thread, and art is the churning mechanism that allows us to find a common ground, to define and also redefine harmonious coexistence. and reason why the role of artists, educators, institutions, and the community would be called in to be crucial in ensuring that the culture of peace and harmonious coexistence are possibly created and would be legacies that would be left behind for the generation to come. And on that, I've always seen like art and culture as part of our core, in our very core human existence, because they're, through that, with our moral fiber is based on that. And again, it's shaped by our culture, whilst it magnifies the importance of it. And art has an intrinsic value and ability to nurture one's aspirations and beliefs in creating a more inclusive world. So just that, keeping it simple.
Yes, it's a very beautiful analogy, the fact that you've used a thread that actually ties us together in this beautiful realm of art. Right, thank you so much, Ms. Anna, for sharing. What about Your Excellency? Your Excellency, what do you think about how culture and arts can lead us towards a peaceful world of harmonious coexistence?
Well, Anna has proven to be a very poetic simile, which is a thread, and more like a bureaucrat. So I would say, to me, it's a common platform. Yes. Honestly, it's a common platform because it makes us all equals. It doesn't matter what is your background, your religion, your cultural heritage, what part of the planet you're coming from. I have had the opportunity precisely in your own building, in your own exhibiting room, of seeing people of all walks of life and background enjoying the same art. And sometimes I wonder if they interpret it the same way, and I'm sure they are not interpreting it the same way, because this is another dimension. You use your wisdom, you use your background, you use a sensibility in different manners, but still you come all to the same place, and you'll enjoy, and you see the similarities that you can come together and you can enjoy and communicate. Sometimes not even speaking the same language. It doesn't matter. Yes. You cannot even say hello to your the person who's standing next to you, but you know that you're both enjoying something that is for all human beings, and that makes you better, it makes you happier, and it makes you want to come back to that same spot where you can share with different people just based on your feelings and your perceptions. And then it's not a threat, which as a beautifully said, Anna, but I would say it's a common platform.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency, for that wonderful sharing. And that is what we at WKSGM are striving towards achieving as a common platform for the arts and culture, bringing them to the masses. Right. Dr. Chung, what about you? What are your thoughts on the role of culture and arts in creating a peaceful world of harmonious coexistence?
I think we all have to practice as well as to believe that coexistence is a key way to as a belief as well as a practice, because under the situation that we have the coexistence, we can share the humanity, we share the world. Now, having shared the world, we will continue to have the spirit of peace loving, and only have the sharing idea, because no one culture, no one race, no one individual or nation can be a dominant element, because we are all in a shared kind of position. We all have to share the wealth of the world, we share the peace of the world, but also we must also contribute our best, either individual or as a group, towards building the coexistent society. And therefore, we will have a really shared community or shared world that we can live peacefully.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Chung. And it is also what we are sharing here, the arts, the beauty beauty of arts and culture than sharing with humanity. That is what we strive to do, right? So what about Dr. Chung, what about your advice or expectations towards WKSGM to further develop and flourish as the hub of international exchange? Any advice, Dr. Chung?
With my experience with the WKSGM in the past 20 years, I have come to a conclusion that I think everybody will agree with me that the center is a typical what I call example. It serves as a hub for culture, art, and many other event kind of a center. And I will, because you have really contributed a lot in the past 20 years. But then, if you ask my opinion for the future, I would definitely suggest that the WKSGM should continue to organize and hosting the art and cultural event with a greater scope and depth, to making effort to bring more writers, professional artists, musicians, and experts to the center, either to participate or to present the project or the what we call the program, so that the international exchange can be further enhanced. In particular, after the pandemic era, because we have been unable to join as in the past at the happy hub of the WKSGM for interaction, for sharing. But the last 2 years, these have been absent, and we were hungry about that. So I hope this can be enhanced after the pandemic era and beyond. And that's my first point of suggestion.
Right.
May I talk the second part?
Yes, please, Dr. Chung. Please go ahead.
Okay. My second point is I like rather to suggest a bold suggestion that I will ask or propose WKSGM to set up a museum. Or, because the house, the wonderful collection that WKSGM has built since 2001. It is a wonderful national treasure, and it must be housed and exhibited in a purposeful design venue to present all this wonderful work, not only by local artists, but also by international artists, to be shared, by all the artists, musicians, and the general public. So that they won't be kept in a store, because you can continue either at all one time or by stages, so that the sharing is continued. So that's what I said earlier on, we have to share, because this is a wealth that we have to share as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is my suggestion.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Chung, for the wonderful suggestion. It is indeed important that we continue to share the beautiful pieces of artwork to everyone in the society and spread the beautiful flowers of culture across. What about Your Excellency? What do you think? How can WKSGM further develop and flourish as the hub of international exchange?
Well, certainly WKSGM has done a wonderful and excellent job for the last few years in promoting and hosting that exchange and that possibility of different cultures coming together. You have been a solid roof, a solid building to host all those efforts. And if you're asking me, how do I see that strengthening? I would say that as we cannot expand the roof of the building, I believe that the efforts has to be done to bring all that energy towards different places now. We have,
yes.
I'm sure you have the experience of many cultural institutions that even somehow nearby communities that are not so distant, but they are at the same time so away from the efforts. And this kind of cultural effort needs to be brought down to different places. Right. Sometimes it's not on the other side of the planet. It's only a few kilometers away, but having the rights and the legal rights of enjoying probably does not mean that every community has equal access for many different reasons. So if I believe the next big step, that museum that Dr. Chong is actually mentioning, and I fully hearted support, because I know that your art collection is wonderful and excellent, and I would really like to see it one place. But if that museum could have some wheels to be rolling around and going different places, would be a much better museum. Collections that can go to different places, different cities, different communities, to bring that to people next to where they work, where they live, when they go to school every day and pass by this fine art and wonder, how was that there? 12 blocks away, and I never went inside to see it. So I believe that is the next big step, and you have all the experience, the hard working, the talented people to do that, and it would be great if you could take that challenge forward for all of us. It would be really excellent.
Thank you, Your Excellency, for your invaluable suggestion. What about Ms. Anna? Any thoughts on this? How do you think WKSGM can further develop and flourish as this hub of international exchange? Ms. Anna?
Well, the suggestions of Dr. Chong and Ambassador is just like great enough. You already have the excellent building, the platform, the strong roof, and all that. But we need people to actually reinforce your commitment, ground up. So I think the only thing that I may suggest is for you to have more a youth development program.
Right.
Yeah. So like to also ensure the that the goals of Soka Gakkai will build trust. I was just listening. I was so inspired, and like with the insightful discussion like earlier, and talking about building trust. And I think when we work with young people, it builds trust in whatever we do. And again, you've been doing an excellent job. It's been like ground up, action based, and immersive. So just to reinforce that, participation of the youth would come in, essential.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much, Ms. Anna, for your sharing. We will definitely continue to strive towards expanding our dialogues of trust and friendship across the community, locally as well as internationally. Thank you once again to our guest speakers, His Excellency Florentino Batista Gonzalez, Dr. Chong Kam Kao, as well as Ms. Anna Karina Jardine for your insightful sharing and advice. We will do our best to better connect the people through the beautiful thread of art and culture in our future endeavors. Thank you.